Thank you guys so much for joining us. I love seeing so many people here to learn about this business opportunity that doTERRA offers. It's my favorite thing, literally, one of my favorite things to talk about because I think it's such an awesome opportunity. So, my name is Danny Flynn. If I don't know you personally, welcome. You must know someone that I know and love. And I have been with doTERRA for 6 years. I started in 2018. I left a corporate job, six-figure salary, and I was looking for an opportunity that would help me replace my income, but without all of the stress and the anxiety and all of the work hours. I was working very, very hard, and it was stressful, and it was creating a lot of conflict in my life as a whole. And so I was looking for something different. I stumbled upon doTERRA, not because of the business opportunity, but because the products were amazing. They were game changing for me. And that's probably how a lot of you ended up here. You had a great experience and you can't not share, right? But there are some of you who are business savvy and business minded, and you can see the business opportunity here. And so we're going to talk to those like that today. All right. For those of you who are looking to replace or multiply your income by use of doTERRA. So I want to be clear, even if there's room in doTERRA for anybody who wants to share, we have lots of programs where you can share a referral link and you can get free product, or you can share and get income. But I am tailoring this conversation to those who are looking to literally build a business with doTERRA to replace and multiply their income. Right. So if you have six figures on the brain, this conversation is going to be tailored towards you. All right. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit first about doTERRA's business model, because they could have chosen a lot of different business models. But the reason why they chose this one has to do with this story. So the story is of a man who it was his job to haul buckets of water from his village, to and from his village from the water source. So every day he would get up, he would get all his equipment, and he would take these buckets to the water source. He'd load them up with water, and then he'd bring them back to the village, and everybody would have water. It was an important job, right? But over the years, he was like, y'all, I am tired. These buckets of water are heavy. I'm hauling these buckets. I'm walking all, it's just hard on the body. It was stressful. He's away from his family. And he's like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to do this, right? And so he decides, you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a pipeline that runs from the village to the water source, right? Because that makes sense. You still meet the same objective, but without a lot of time, energy, right? All of that extra time, energy, and resources. And so that's what he did. It took him a couple years, right? Because he's doing this while he's still hauling buckets. So he used his evenings, his weekends, and he created this pipeline that ran from the water source to the village. And when he was done, one day he turned on the spigot, and his village had water. And guess what he had? A ton of time, a ton of time. And that is what the doTERRA business model is why it was created, because so many people, self included, for many, many years, I was hauling buckets. Some of you might be hauling buckets, right? You're tired. It's gone on long enough. There's got to be a better way. Enter doTERRA. Enter doTERRA. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about this concept of the cash flow quadrant. This might be new to some of you, but it gives you the viewpoint of it retells the story of the hauling buckets guy in a different way, in more modern terms. So if you're not familiar with the cash flow quadrant, it's basically saying that everybody that works falls into one of these squares, right? Falls into one of these squares. The people on this side of the quadrant, the employee and those who are self-employed, like the man hauling buckets, what they find is they are constantly at an exchange of time for money. You must physically be there in order for you to make money. So if you want to take time off, you have to like have paid vacation or be okay with taking time off unpaid, right? U equals money. So that's the case of an employee. That's the case of even someone who is self-employed. But on the other side of this quadrant, you have the business owner and you have the investor. They are no longer, their income is no longer dependent on them being able to actively work. All right. And you can see the beauty in that, right? Especially as we get older, maybe we have aging parents that we need to care for, and we can't be checking, logging in all day and all night, right? You have that time to step away from it without sacrificing money, right? So I'm going to give you a quick little example of how this might work. So let's say, oh, Amanda, this is funny because this is you. I'm about to give an example of you by mistake. Amanda is a massage therapist. All right. Amanda's a massage therapist. She works for Massage Envy. She is an employee. In order for her to get money, she must show up and massage some bodies, collect her check, and then she's out. If Amanda wants to take 2 months off to go and do volunteer work in another country, Amanda does not get paid. Okay. But that's okay because maybe she has a plan for that. So let's say Amanda's like, you know what? I don't know. Like Massage Envy dictates my schedule. I want to control my schedule. So now Amanda says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a room in my home and I'm going to massage there. She is now self-employed. More time freedom because she can schedule it. But guess what happens? If Amanda is not massaging bodies, Amanda does not get paid. She wants to go away and serve somewhere, she won't get paid for that, right? Unless she takes her business there. But what happens if Amanda says, you know what? This little home thing I got going is kind of working. I kind of like it. What I'm actually going to do is get a little business, like get a little storefront. I'm going to bring other people in and I'm going to make money off of them. Now, Amanda is a business owner. So she may still be massaging, but she has other massage therapists there and she makes money off of them. Now, can she go and do missionary work for 2 months? Yes, she can, because she's still bringing in income. Well, Amanda's massage parlor, is that what they're called? Is her massage studio, let's go with that, is working really well, So she's like, I'm about to pop up one in Jersey and I'm going to pop up one in Philly, right? Now Amanda's massage studio is in multiple places. Now she's an investor. She don't even have to worry about massaging nobody anymore. And she's able to make money, right? The beautiful thing about the right side of the quadrant is that you're making money without having to exchange time and energy, right? And your money is now working for you. But would you know that the vast majority, over 90% of the US population is on this side of the quadrant, where we have to work really hard for our money. And if we're unable to work, we don't get paid. Right? So hopefully you can see in practical terms how this works and why doTERRA is such a great opportunity, because it creates business owners and in some cases investors. Your money will eventually work for you. Okay? Stick with me. You guys with me? Yeah. All right. So why would one want to partner with doTERRA? Well, why? Let me give you guys a couple of stats and facts about doTERRA. It was founded in 2008. And doTERRA, here we go. doTERRA was on a mission to bring the highest quality of essential oils to the world. There were other essential oil companies out there. There are older essential oil companies, but doTERRA has quickly become the largest and the leading. They set the gold standard for essential oils in terms of quality and purity across the globe. They are dominating the industry and it will continue. It is a multi-billion-dollar company that has, we are open in markets all over the world, and we source our oils from all over the world, from multiple countries all over the world. So why doTERRA? Well, number one, we have an amazing product, right? How many of you have had an amazing experience with a doTERRA essential oil or a supplement, right? That's probably why most of you are here. So because our product is so amazing, we lead with that. We don't have to lead with business. Now, some of you here will probably want to leave with business, but you don't have to leave with business because the product is so strong. And so most of the people that come into doTERRA and start a business, it's because they've had an amazing experience. We have, at this point, you guys, we have a 70% retention rate. 70%. That means 70% of the people who order from doTERRA one time are ordering multiple times, right? Now, I don't know, when I first started, it was 65%. And I was like, Google, what is the average retention rate for an MLM? Same business model. Do you want to know what it is? Anybody know? 15%. 15% is high. It's high for most companies. doTERRA has a record-breaking 70%. This is an old slide. And with the launch of our latest products, I just expect that retention rate to continue to increase. So when you're looking at creating an investment opportunity or creating a situation where your money is working for you, in this company, the retention rate is so strong, that's what creates that residual income for you. All right. And they are proven, again, we're the largest and the leading essential oil company in the market, multi-trillion dollar, in a trillion-dollar wellness industry. And that wellness industry is getting bigger and bigger and bigger after COVID. People are like, how can we do this naturally? The industry is growing, and hence, so are companies like doTERRA, right? So lots of reasons why you want to partner with doTERRA. But I think one of the this is a main reason for a lot of people is because of what doTERRA does for other people. So they have a co-impact sourcing model, and their goal is to impact people on both sides of the bottle. So for you, you get the products and they're amazing and they work really great for you, but guess who else it helps? The farmers who are on the other side that are harvesting the plants that make the oils. They do some amazing, amazing things for other countries and other people, the farmers that they partner with, and so many people so many lives are touched by that. And that's another reason they're a do-gooder company. So you feel very much, for those of you who are like me, very much aligned, right? You're people of faith. You just very much align because you're working with a company that really wants to do good around the world. All right. So, okay, this is why a lot of people come to doTERRA, but you're probably on this call because you want to see the money. Show me the money, right? What is the actual? Carl's like, yeah, get to the money. So let's talk about the financial opportunity that doTERRA has. You probably want to take a picture of this slide, or whoever invited you can send you this presentation after, if it'll work. This is the earning potential with doTERRA. So what you're looking at are our ranks, right? These are the ranks that we achieve, and the dollars affiliated with those ranks are. So you're going to have some people that make more. You're going to have some people that make less. Okay. And I'll just give you a quick highlight. We start at the rank of elites. Elites make about $350 a month on average. And we go all the way up to the rank of presidential diamond. Presidential diamonds make about $100,000 a month. Now, some of you are like, if you're like me, you're like, yeah, right. Who's making $100,000 a month? Investors. Investors make that kind of money, right? Investors make that kind of money. And so the goal is to build a business that then works for you if that is your aim, right? If that is your aim. And there's anything from $350 a month, even less than that, a couple $100 a month, to a couple $100,000 a month if you so choose. The beautiful thing about doTERRA is you can build to the top rank with the presidential diamond, and once you hit that, you can do it again and again and again. I don't know why you would need to do it multiple times, but you can. There is no cap on your earnings with doTERRA, right? That's different than with a lot of other companies. So whatever the number that you have in your brain, it is achievable here. That's the point of this slide. It is achievable here. All right. So how do we get paid is the question that most people want to know. Now, if you know anything about multi-level marketing, what you need to know is that the compensation plan is intricate. Okay. It's intricate. And so it does take some time to figure it out. And I will tell you, doTERRA's compensation plan has been unchanged since 2008. But next year, it's getting even better, which is kind of amazing. So what I'm going to do is give you a very high level, simple overview of how you make money with doTERRA. And know that when you get on board, if that's what you choose to do and you start actually doing it, you'll fully understand the compensation plan. It does take some time. So don't worry if you don't fully understand it. All right. So the first way we get paid is by attracting new members. Okay. So you go out, you introduce these oils, whether you're doing that online or face to face, you introduce these products to new people. Those new people develop a relationship of their own with doTERRA. You're not holding inventory and selling. We don't do that, right? You ain't doing that. You connect them with doTERRA. They open up an account with doTERRA and they order directly from them, right? That's what gets you that 70% retention rate. You're going to get 20% for the first 60 days. This bonus, if you are taking notes, is called Fast Start because you get it fast. This is paid out weekly. So if you enroll someone on Sunday, you'll see that check. Okay. You'll see that check the next week. All right. It's called the Fast Start Bonus. It's 20% for the first 60 days that someone is with you. All right. So after day 60, where do they go? Well, they go into another bonus pool. This right here is called, are you ready? Unilevel. Unilevel. Unilevel is one of the more complex bonuses to understand. Just know that you're going to get between 2 and 7% of that person's orders day 61 and beyond. All right. So on day 61, you're going to collect 2 to 7%. And the way that this is paid out, unlike most network marketing companies, you get paid the most. So that 7% is 7 levels deep in your organization, right? So when you think 7%, you're like, 7%, that's really that much. Yeah, it's not that much when it's 2 customers, but when it's 2,000 customers, that 7% is substantial. This becomes the biggest piece of your bonus the longer you stay with doTERRA. So they pay you the most where your organization is the biggest. They pay you the least where it's the smallest. So you get 2% for your front line, but all the way to where there's 3 people, max 6 people on your front line, right? 2% there, and then all the way down to 7%. All right. So day 61, they go into what's called unilevel bonus, and you're making 2 to 7% for the life of that customer. So you've attracted them and you've retained them. This is our retention. You retain them beyond that initial order. Then we go into what is called Power of 3. Power of 3. So from attracting the customer to retaining the customer, it takes some time for your check, that unilevel bonus to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so doTERRA has bridged that gap with what's called Power of 3 so that you can make more money faster. Power of 3 is based on our rewards program that's about to get an upgrade. It's going to be really great. Our loyalty rewards program, if people order on loyalty rewards, and it has to do with how much they order and the structure of your organization, you can earn up to $1,500 from this bonus alone. Okay. Just depends on how your organization is structured. So you've attracted them, you have retained those customers, and you've introduced those customers to the loyalty program, which, by the way, benefits them substantially. They get lots of free points and they get to get their products at a discounted rate, right? So those are 3 ways. The 4th way that you get paid is when your members are interested in the business opportunity, which, by the way, is very common because these products work really well and they can't help but share. So when you have someone that's interested in the business opportunity, that opens up several different shares. So what doTERRA does is, based on the rank that you are, they take a percentage of their income for that month, they put it into a pool, and they divvy it out to whomever is in that pool. Okay? Does that make sense? And those numbers are substantial depending on where you are. Now, and this is just called leader bonus. It's called a leader bonus. There's a couple of different bonuses within that. So you've got your fast start bonus that you get fast. That's a weekly payout. And then you have your unilevel, your Power of 3, and your leadership bonus. Those are all paid out monthly. So when you first start with doTERRA, you will find that your weekly bonus is larger than your monthly bonus, but eventually that will flip. That will flip. And I'm at the point now where I don't even budget based on my my weekly bonus. I only budget based on my monthly. So the longer you stick with doTERRA, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And one day you're able to quit your job. That's the goal. All right. Now, if you're doing it right, if you are actively working your business, you're getting paid 5 times in the month because you're going to be getting a weekly fast start bonus. So that's 4 checks. And then you'll be getting your monthly bonus. That's 5 checks, right? So you'll be checking all of those boxes all at once. Okay. You with me? Yeah. All right. So how do we do it? That's the question. How do we do it, Danny? Well, just like the guy who was trying to get water to his village, we build a pipeline. We build a pipeline. Okay. Pipes, PIP is the formula for success. This is the formula for success in most businesses. There's nothing really abnormal here. What I want you to know is how you do pipes is up to you. Okay. And we'll give you some questions at the end to think about when it comes to the how. But what we do is pipes. So I see we have a lot of people here that already have existing doTERRA businesses. So I would tell you this. If you feel like your business is not working well, it is likely because you are not doing one of these things. Okay? Pipe. So we prepare, we invite, we present, we enroll, we support. Those are the 5 pillars to this business. So what does that look like? These resources here are available, but they're all about to get upgraded and updated because this is an older deck. But just pay attention to the what the acronyms stand for. So prepare, we're setting goals each month, right? Each week, even we're planning, we're strategizing with who our business partners are, right? We're learning, we're educating ourselves. The challenging thing about this business is that very few people are just going to buy a $35 bottle of lavender essential oil without any education. They're going to be like, why would I get $10 at Walmart, right? So education is required. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to learn about these products, right? We have to learn about the company so that we can then share it with others. So learning daily should be a part of this. If you're on a team like mine, we have trainings and we have lots of activity to keep you in the loop and to know what's going on. And if you ain't got a mentor, you're going to need one for this business. For those of you who are trying to replace income, you will need someone to guide you, kind of like a Sherpa, to kind of show you the way, okay? Because it gets to be it's a lot. It's a lot. It's doable, but it's a lot. So that's the P. The I is for invite. The I is for invite. The I is for invite. One of the most overlooked parts of this business, you're inviting people to sample the product. You're inviting people to learn more. You're inviting people to enroll, get their own account with doTERRA. You're inviting them to share their link with other people, share their oils with other people. You're inviting them to build. So a lot of people do a good job of the P, the preparation, but they avoid this part here. It's a little challenging. But we have some tools and we have lots of support and training to help you get through this piece of the actual invitation. That's what converts. Once you invite someone, then you present, right? You do this by just talking to someone one-on-one and sharing with them about the product, inviting them to a class. Maybe your upline is teaching, coming to something like this, right? You're presenting about the business. You're doing a make and take. You're on Instagram or Facebook going live or working your business that way. But you are educating people on the power of the oils and other products that we have, how they work for them and how they can how they can get that from doTERRA with their own account. That is the presentation, right? And we're working really hard because we just launched, I don't know if you guys know, we just launched some amazing new products. They're game changing. If you haven't tried them, you gotta try them. And they're really working on trying to simplify the presentation so that we kind of have an elevator speech no matter who we're talking to or on what vehicle we're speaking. Okay. So we're going to present and then we're going to enroll. So I want to be really clear. Enroll is where you get paid. So a lot of people spend time in the P, so they're preparing and they're presenting, but they're not inviting and they're not enrolling because if you can't enroll to which you have not invited. So get really good at sharing this opportunity with other people, with the product, the business, even sharing them And then that's how you get them to enroll. And the enrollment is just they have their own relationship with doTERRA. I don't, I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV, and I don't want anybody to be confused about who I am. I am just a regular girl who found a product that works really, really well and a business that works even better. And I'm going to introduce anybody that I know to that if I feel like it may help them, right? What they do with it from that point is on them. We support them. The S is coming. We support them, but the enrollment is how they connect with doTERRA. And doTERRA is going to love on them. Y'all know how doTERRA does. They spoil them, right? So you're leaving them in good hands. So they're going to enroll. You're going to introduce them to our loyalty rewards program. You're going to introduce them to the option of hosting a class and even building a business. And then when we do that, we don't leave them, which we have done in the past. When you start a business, sometimes you don't know how to support. And our team, if you're a part of my team, we are working very, very hard. We have lots of resources that we're just rolling out. So if you've been with me a while ago, you might be like, girl, you ain't support me. It's okay. We are now addressing all of that. We are addressing all of that. So when you go out and you find your own customers, you don't have to worry about it because it's already in place. The support is already there. You can spend your time making money, which is probably why you're here. You want to know how to make that, right? So we help our people launch builders, or people who are interested in building and learning, people who are interested in the business opportunity with doTERRA. We have support to help with that. We provide business trainings like you see today. We mentor our people. We recognize them when they do well. Melanie Gripper's our top enroller this month. Woohoo! And we nurture relationships so that people feel supported and they know what to do when they get their products, right? So we don't leave people hanging. So pipes, guys, is the key. Pipes is the key to success in doTERRA. That's the what. The how you do it is going to be up to you. Okay? Now, I told you earlier that this conversation is geared towards people who are looking to replace income with doTERRA. But I want to be clear, even if you're not, even if you're like, nah, I'm going to ask you a few questions. It's going to really separate you from from the people who want to build a business versus those who just kind of want to share casually. Here's the thing. The pipes is the same. The pipes is the same. It's just the intensity at which you work that changes. All right. So someone invited you to this call. And so I'm doing them a favor, whether you're on my team or not. I want you to grab your phone and I want you to take a picture, and I really hope you can see it. I want you to take a picture of this slide. I'm going to try to make it as big as I can. Sorry, y'all. It's not letting me do it. Okay, this is as big as it gets. But I'm going to read these questions to you because this is what you need to consider. And I'd love for you to sit with this, write down the answers. If you're a person who prays, give it some prayerful thought. Okay? How much income would you ideally like to earn from doTERRA each month? And by when? When do you need to start earning that amount? Very closely related to that is how many hours a week can you realistically dedicate to growing your doTERRA business? Based on the amount of time you can commit, what does your weekly availability look like for your business? So if you've got 15 hours to build, when? Write it down. Get you a big old calendar like Marilyn and write it down so you know your doTERRA work hours. All right? And last, for planning for success, is how will you do your pipes? How will you do that? Will you build your business through in-person connections? That's one-on-one personal reach outs, phone calls, text messages to people. Will you do it like that? Will you do classes in person? Will you do vendor events? Or will you take your business online, right? Will you go to social media? Will you take advantage of automation and funnels and things like that? How will you do it? Or will you do a combination of both? Give that some thought. All right? You got your picture taken? You're going to sit with these questions, write out the answers. Do not reach back out to the person who invited you here until you've done that, because that's going to really help you decide if this business is for you. Okay? Now, if you are one who wants to do this business, like do it, right? Replace income. Replace or exceed your income. I can't remember what I was saying. Here are some questions I want you to think about. And I'm telling you, I want you to really sit with these questions. All right. People who do this business, you're going to be like, I need to sit with these questions because these are deep questions. When challenges or setbacks arise, how will you respond? What is going to motivate you to push through when it gets hard? Because it will get hard. If you are trying to replace your income, if you want to bring a 6-figure income with doTERRA or anything close to that, it ain't easy because what would be like, come on, legal job is easy where you can make that kind of money selling oil? Like, come on, it ain't gonna be easy. Why? Why? Why do you want to build this business? Why? You got to be really, really clear on what that is. And is that why strong enough to keep you committed when, not if, it gets hard? If you are here, and I mean this with all due respect, if you are here because you're just looking for an opportunity to make money, that's not strong enough because you can go get another job. You can go to Instacart, right? Like you can get a promotion. There are other ways to get money. That's not enough. Most people are here because they want their time. Ooh, I get emotional just thinking about it. You want to use your time where it matters with the people. Okay, let me stop. You see it. You see my why is strong. If it ain't that strong, you won't last because it's hard, right? It's simple, but it gets hard. Number 3, are you willing to consistently take action even on days when you feel unmotivated? Because they happen, right? Or things don't go as planned. Are you willing to keep moving the ball forward? Are you willing to commit to building this business before you see significant results? Right? The guy that was hauling buckets, it took him a while before he was able to quit that job. Right? Remembering that success takes time and consistent effort. When the excitement of this wears off and it's now routine work, the things that you do day in and day out, will you still be dedicated to this? What sacrifices are you willing to make? Time, getting out of your comfort zone, because that's really what's going to happen, so that your business can be successful. Like, are you ready? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? And how important is it to you that this business succeeds? That's a type of. And how will you hold yourself accountable? Because you're a business owner, you're an investor with this business, right? How are you going to hold yourself accountable for your own success? Okay, you got your screenshot. You're going to journal those things out. Really, if you've been doing this business for a while, I highly recommend, if you ain't meet your goals yet and you've been doing this business for a while, I highly recommend you take some time to think about both of those slides. Okay. All right. So next step, if those questions on those slides made you excited, if you like felt a little something in your belly, like, oh my goodness, I'm nervous, but I'm also, then you need to schedule a strategy session. And you want to schedule the strategy session with whomever invited you, but ask them to bring in someone that is the rank of silver or above. Okay. If the person that invited you here is not yet that rank, go ask them to bring someone that is of that rank, because they've had some success with this business. They know the answers. They have answered all those questions. All right. So do that. And what I hope you see from this is you don't have to be high ranking person to attract people to this business, right? And to have a team and to do this business. We're going to be here to support you along the way. Now, if the questions made you feel like, girl, you're doing all that, then, whoever invited you, I just want you to reach out to them and say, you know what, I'd like to share my link and refer people to doTERRA and get some free products. Or I'd like to get more information about your affiliate program, right? Because it's still, you're going to be doing all the same things. It is just the intensity at which you do it. So as a customer who has a referral link that they use, or as an affiliate, or as someone we call a sharer, you do this business if and when you want to. And I want to be really, 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 really clear. If you work this business if and when you want to, you will not replace your income. You won't. Or it'll take you like 20 years. Okay? If that's how you're working your business, it won't be successful. Those questions are there for a reason. And it's there for those who are looking to replace their income. Is it possible? Yeah, definitely possible. Definitely possible. And it's not easy, but it is quite simple. We're just sharing wells. All right. Did everybody get your images, your pictures of those questions? Woosah. Oil up. All right. At this time, we're going to open it up and you guys can ask whatever questions you want. Y'all are like, girl, it's too much. I'm not interested. Any questions at all? No? Marilyn Hall.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you would, if you're interested in doing this business and you may have some trepidation about how you can, what would be the first steps after you sat with this information? Now, what are some of the first steps, or what does the first month look like if you decide this is what you want to do? And let's say you're going to commit 15 hours a month. What does that look like?
A month or a week?
Yes. A month. I'm sorry, a week. A week.
Okay. Let me
No,
let
a
me
week.
do that. What's that a month? A week.
A week.
Thanks, Fee. So 15 hours a week is if you are committing less than 15 hours a week, it will be very difficult to get to the place that you want to go quickly, right? So you have to base it on how quickly you want to get to where you want to go. But 15 hours a week is what most people do in this business, especially when they first start, unless they have a more aggressive goal. And so, what I would say is if you're feeling trepidation, I would first encourage you to get to the source of that. Like, what, why? Like, why am I feeling this way? Right? Because there's a difference between like, I'm unsure versus I'm nervous or I'm scared because you're doing something new. So, I would really clarify like what the feeling is. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to involve a lot of work. You want to make sure that you are able to make it work. Okay. So the first thing that I would do is sit down. You've thought through all those questions. So let's say you are going to be like me and you want to build both online and in person. The very first thing I would do is just kind of do a brain dump of all of the people that I know, literally just all the people that I know, right? Because what you're trying to do is get your brain to think of people. And then from that list of people, I'm going to scrub that list to find the people that I think would be really good business partners to do this business with you. Because if you have the goal of replacing income from another job, like a full time job, then you can't do it alone. If this business model is not designed to be done alone, it's not possible. It ain't possible. You need a team. And our team is like so close. I love my people that I work with. So you be working with the same people a lot. You're talking, you're traveling together, you're talking all the time. So make sure you like them. That's just what I would recommend. So get that list of people together and start the reach outs. Get to the inviting. You want to prep, yes, but you don't want to spend too much time. The beautiful thing about doTERRA is you can learn and earn. You do not need to know everything. And even if you did know everything, you shouldn't be telling somebody everything you know off the gate, right? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do all that. You don't do that. If we're developing a relationship, they're going to be with us for. I have customers that have been with me since the day I launched my business 6 years ago. They ain't going nowhere. Like we do our job. They're here with us. So get on the phone or text or social media or whatever you do to connect with those people. That's the first and the most important thing you can do, especially if you want momentum. So if you are someone who's looking to replace an income and to do it relatively fast, then success loves speed. So you need to move while you still feel the energy, the fire. Like get your list together, get on the phone, listen. And we have scripts and stuff for you if you need that. But I find that people who like have that drive, they don't need it. They can get somebody on the phone with very little information. Look, I know I did. I was like, I think I figured it out. You need to come hear about this business. My friends were like, okay. So, get on the phone, get them to something like this. get someone that has some experience in the business so that they can hear more about it. And then that's going to set your business up for success. So that's the very first thing I would say in your first month is to get that list of names and just start telling people about what you're learning. Hope that answered your question, Marilyn.
It did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Done.
We have a question in the chat. Question in the chat. What about people who have other businesses like personal trainers or massage therapists? Very good question. So you have done your list, because I don't really see the only difference between, in my opinion, for someone that has a business like you're a trainer or somewhere in fitness or somewhere in body work, the only difference between you and someone with a 9 to 5 is that you have customers at the ready. These people, I don't know, but there is very little that my massage therapist or my chiropractor could tell me that I wouldn't do. There's so my hairstylist, if she said to me, "You need rosemary, lavender, and peppermint fruit," well, I'd be like, "Where I get it? Where I sign up?" Like, you have people who trust you already, so you have ready-made people who are paying you literally for your expertise and advice, right? Versus someone who's maybe in a corporate office, someone who's in a corporate office, you have relationships and likely you have influence, but it is going to be a little bit, right? So to me, that's the only difference. If it were me and I was a massage therapist or a personal trainer, I would have my doTERRA, I would have like a doTERRA package embedded into my offering. So someone would come and they would get, the option of, I don't know, how, like you work out with me twice a week and it's one price. And there's another price if you work out with me twice a week and you get this supplement regimen that's going to help your workout. It would be every customer, every person I train would be a customer. That would just be how that would do. And the same thing for a massage therapist. I would, I know a massage therapist will add on aromatherapy. So you could do that. If it were me, I would give them aromatherapy for free because they're getting an oil experience. And they're gonna get off that table and they're gonna be like, I don't even know what you just did to me, but it was so good. And you're developing a relationship and you can tell them about what you use. Well, I noticed that you were, stressed here. So I use an essential oil that's gonna help calm. It has linalool, blah, 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 blah. If you have a workstation that like Kashano does hair that people enter, I would have a full setup there for people to be able to scan and get more information. So it just is, to me, there's no difference. You still would have a list of names. You have a list of names. You have a client list right there that people pay money for. So I'd be email blasting. I would educate depending on how if those customers are yours, because you may work for someone, right? So they may not be yours. But you just have a better quality list in addition to your personal list. So just easier for you. Anybody else? I'm going to count down 10.
I have a question. So you mentioned if you wanted to learn more information to have a silver member or above talk with you.
Yes.
So how many silver members are on your team currently?
That's a very good question. On my team, there are 1, 2, 3, including me. 1, 2, including me, there are 4 people who have hit the rank of silver. If you're on my team, I would say talk to me, just because I've had the most success and I am available. I am at the ready and available. Eventually there'll be many more. There will be many more, but that's what I would say. If you're not on my team, like Carla, your team, I would push up to whoever, like here's why I'm saying that. It's not that silver people are people who are below the rank of silver cannot answer your questions. It's not that. They know where to go to get the answers if they don't know the answers, right? They can answer the questions. It's just that there is those questions on that other slide are real. This, when you are in the thick of it and you are building to a six-figure income, there are things that you experience that you just don't experience when you're making $500 a month. Making $500 a month with doTERRA is relatively easy, but making $5,000 a month is harder. So you kind of, I think if you are someone, I'm targeting people here who want a six-figure income, you need to talk to someone who has done it or who is very close to it. Does that make sense? That is my own, let me pull that back too. That's my own personal recommendation. Because when I was trying to do it, I was like, you ain't done it yet. You not really qualified to answer my questions, right? And so while my upline who enrolled me, she was, when I started working with her, she was like a premier, which she was making less than $1,000 a month, which is where most of our wellness advocates are. She just could not answer, like she couldn't keep up with me, and I needed someone that was higher up. And eventually, 3 years later, I got some help. But yeah, that's why. Now, if you are interested in sharing your referral link or our affiliate program or just casually sharing, yes, it won't matter then. But if you're trying to replace an income, you need someone who's done it. Very good question, though. Well, guys, if there are no more, I'm saying it slow just in case anybody has one last question. If there are no more questions, thank you guys so much for joining. Whoever invited you, you can reach out to them if you want the replay of this or if you would like the presentation. I just ask that you don't share it publicly anywhere, because I don't know if I was compliant now that I'm thinking back with things that I said. I don't know if we have to be compliant when we speak here. But thank you guys so much for joining. If I invited you, I'll be in touch. And that's all, folks.